I read something last night, and it's just out of the ordinary. If you think of the military and you think of a commanding officer and sexual harassment, right? Think for a minute. Military.
A specific military?
No.
Right.
Just military in general. Military, commanding officer, and sexual harassment.
Yes.
What pops into your head?
Rear Admiral.
All right. No.
Oh.
Roxanne.
I mean, because, sexual harassment.
What would your answer be?
I have to think about this. Please repeat the question.
You didn't hear the question.
No, I didn't.
Oh, Roxanne.
What are you doing?
I'm doing my job, answering all these texters, engaging with our audience.
No, the first job is to pay attention to what's on the air.
Not if they're giving me interesting koala facts about chlamydia.
No,
you can't top koala.
The first job is to pay attention to the show so I don't have to repeat. All right, so here's the deal. The question is military, sexual harassment by a commanding officer. What's the first thing that pops into your head?
Oh, that movie with Demi Moore.
No. All right, listen. This is obviously
An Officer and a Gentleman.
This is obviously not going to the
It wasn't
right.
sexual harassment. Deborah Winger loved Richard Gere.
Here's the deal. When you think of the military and you think of sexual harassment and a commanding officer, wouldn't you think of a male commanding officer and a female soldier or airman or whatever,
That's
right?
exactly what I thought of.
Right. Well, why didn't you open up your mouth trap?
Well, you asked Special and Roxanne. I was waiting for my
You
turn.
did not go to
Well,
Froggy.
I got frustrated.
Go to me.
Okay. All right, Froggy, let me give you so military commanding officer sexual harassment. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh, Officer and the Gentleman.
Yes, the mild hit from 1981.
Yeah,
yes.
of course. Exactly.
A Few Good Men.
When you think of sexual harassment in the military,
It's usually a male commanding officer
and a female
subordinate.
taking advantage of a female subordinate.
Right.
Well, guess what?
Uh-oh.
Flip it. Smack it, flip it, rub it down.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
A female subordinate taking advantage of a general?
Oh, man. We've got a female Army commander accused of forcefully kissing male subordinates and fondling their junk.
Dude, you want Army enrollment to go up. I would put this story everywhere.
What the? Yeah, she's pretty attractive, actually.
Wow.
So, yeah.
How'd you know I was going to ask?
Yeah, dude, come on. Of course.
Dude.
Listen to this story. A female commander
Get over here.
is under investigation for sexual harassment after allegedly forcefully kissing her male subordinates and grabbing their kibbles and bits. A Colonel Megan Sullivan in the Army, commander of the 5th Brigade Engineer Battalion at the 5th SFAB, has been under investigation over a pattern of assault and harassment against the men under her command, according to military.com. Sullivan allegedly assaulted 2 male subordinates by forcefully kissing them and grabbing a man below the belt without consent.
What if she was giving them some training, what if the enemy catches you and forces you to kiss him?
In addition to the 2 sexual assaults, the commander faces accusations of sexually harassing several additional subordinates, according to the publication, military.com. Wow. So it's just, you don't expect that. And she's a colonel in the Army, and Fester just brought up her picture. I think she's attractive.
I don't know if it's the uniform, but she could forcefully interrogate me if she had to.
I mean,
She's got a librarian look going.
She
in that
does.
photo.
Well, military uniform for female hair is always pulled back, and it's always a tight hair.
But she's attractive, this colonel. But, listen, you can't
Would
forcefully...
she just walk up and grab guys' junk?
Well, apparently so.
I'm okay
But,
with it.
this raises a different question or an additional question. And I bet you we can go to phones on this. Because when you think of sexual harassment, more times than not, the highest percentage is male sexual harassment of a female.
I would think that's true in almost all situations.
Absolutely.
98%?
There's no doubt about it.
Haven't you seen Horrible Bosses?
But I'll tell you what.
It's my dream.
What if we go to phones here? What if we ask our listeners, hey, do you have any stories of female sexual harassment. Did you work in an office where there was a female that was just out of control, like was one of the worst frat boys you can imagine? So have you ever witnessed females sexually harassing males? Or I guess it could be females sexually harassing other females, if that's their thing. I have no idea what kind of calls we'll get on this, but have you been in a work environment where maybe you're a guy and maybe you were sexually harassed by a female boss or coworker? I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of stories out there. If you have anything, 800-990-1047. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because you've got a high-ranking Army colonel, this attractive female officer, and she's accused of sexually harassing guys, which is the opposite of what you'd expect. All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I don't know what kind of calls we're going to get on this. If you have any comments, if you have any thoughts on this, or if you have any scenarios or stories that you'd like to share, 800-990-1047. And if you want to remain anonymous, all the lines are ringing. If you want to remain anonymous, that's fine. And then I took a picture last night. If you follow my Instagram, you saw it. And I want to raise the MJ question of the day. Oh, that sounds like a regular feature, doesn't it? But it's not.
It won't be. Oh, wow. I just pulled up a picture from her Facebook page of her completely out of uniform.
Man, she's attractive.
She's a pretty lady.
She is. All right, let's go to phones. Nick is in Spring Hill. Nick is first up here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Nick, welcome.
Hey, how are you?
We are well. Go ahead.
All right, so I used to work at Hooters in Spring Hill back in 2002, 2003. I used to get harassed by the waitresses all the time. I was a cook there.
Hey, so was John Gruden back in the day.
Oh man, they were relentless. They wanted to, hang out all the time.
Oh, it sounds
and
horrible.
I had a girlfriend at the time, and I just kept on putting them down.
So you're telling me the Hooters waitresses in their hot, tight orange shorts and their white, clingy shirts, the Hooters waitresses who had to put up with grubby, handsy, rude customers all day long, you had to endure them harassing you?
All the time. All the time.
Wow.
But you had a girlfriend at the time, Nick.
I had a girlfriend at the time. I'm telling you, one time, it's a true story. I came in, me and my old lady, I was off of work, me and my old lady came in.
I hate, don't call her old lady.
No, that's the only way to
That's
describe
all
it.
Doug calls me anymore is the old ball and chain.
My old lady.
That's all he says.
Are you
to me.
serious?
Yes.
Wait a
it's
minute.
so annoying.
You just eloped. You just got married 2 weekends ago, and Dig Dug calls you the old. Who does he?
well,
Who does he
I guess
call you
that's
the old ball and chain to?
Just the old ball and chain.
Been married
Oh,
for
my
a week.
I know. I gotta ask her.
And Doug.
Yeah.
So my girl.
Yep.
So we came in for dinner, and then I got up to see about getting a discount on my meal. I walk up to the to the kiosk, and literally one of the waitresses, this girl Amanda, grabbed my what.
How long ago was this?
And she's seen her.
How
And
long?
My girl's seen her.
How long ago was this?
This is like 2003, 2004.
All right, statute of limitations has run out. Yeah. So your girlfriend saw this Hooters waitress grab you.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for the call,
You must
Nick.
be real hot.
Boy, I about to say I would have given you that old girlfriend the walking papers and had the time of your life.
Man, look at this. It's all guys.
Yeah,
All
because that's the way the question was posed.
I said, are there women that also observed other
Observed it,
females?
okay.
There are definitely women that are listening that observed other women in the office sexually harassing guys.
Yeah, watch Rebecca from Spring Hill call in and say, yeah, there was this girl, Amanda, who would grab the cook's junk all the time.
Chris, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Chris.
Hey, so I was in real estate in New York City, and I worked with this woman, to say the least, that she was a cougar. And I had a girlfriend at the time, and she would always ask me to, do, heavy lifting around the office, lifting, this 5-gallon, water jug and putting it back on top of the thing.
Yeah, hey, put the Poland Springs water jug into the cooler for me, would you?
Well, but she would say things. Oh, your girlfriend is so lucky to have a nice virile young man like you at home. It was virile that she would always use. Which, like,
That's
okay.
you-
All right, so it was just verbal, right?
Well, she squeezed my bicep a couple of times. Like, I mean, hint to yourself.
Chris, thanks for the call. David's in St. Pete. Hey, David, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, yeah. Well, I used to work at this place. I don't want to mention the name.
Yep.
And there was a girl there. She would come by and kind of just be friendly at first and stuff. And then one time we all went out. It was like around the holidays. We all went out to the restaurant as a group, and we're out there. And I'm standing there, and I'm talking to our accountant. And as I'm standing there, this girl walks over. By the way, she was with her husband, and she left her husband just maybe 10 feet away from us. She walked over to me, and she says, "Oh, hi, David. How you doing?" And she reaches down and starts rubbing my package. Right in front of everybody.
What?
Yeah, right. And then I was in my office. Another day I was in my office, and she comes in, and she said, "How you doing?" And I said, "Oh, all right. How's things going?" "Okay." And she was telling me her husband was in another city, I think, on business or something.
Right.
And she said that she had a boyfriend. And I said, "Oh, really?" And she says, "Yeah." She says, I'm good. I got we've been going back and forth, and I took some pictures. I want to send them to him." And I says, "Yeah." She says, "Yeah, check them out."
Oh, so she shows you nude photos?
Yeah, she's showing me nude photos and photos other wearing sexy stuff.
Oh, my God. Thanks for the call, David. Have a great day. All right, just a few more here, and I got to move on. Let's grab Bobby. Hello, Bobby.
Hey.
Bobby in Newport Richie. Hey, Bobby, go ahead.
Well, I used to, when I was 16 years old, I worked at a Lum's restaurant up in Pennsylvania, right?
Lums, were they hot dogs?
No, they were burgers and stuff like that.
All
They
right.
were good.
Yeah, Lums.
They're still over in California.
I thought I remember Lums like in South Florida when I was a kid.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
I thought they were hot dogs for some reason. All right, go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead, Bobby.
Anyway, I worked behind the counter, right? And these waitresses all in there, we're always waiting on the people and kidding around with me, And then one day I go in there and they said, "Boy, we had a party last night, us girls, and if you would have came," she said, "you would have been raped, right?" And
My God, it's
That's
terrible.
awfully
I'm
violent.
there,
Straight up.
I'm there.
Gagged.
Boy, I wish I was there. So anyway,
all right, Bobby.
What? So
Later in
a 16-year-old could be assaulted? Come on.
I swear to God.
I hear you loud and clear, Bobby. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, Joe's in Tampa. If you're just tuning in, had an item. A female colonel in the Army is in trouble for sexual harassment of male troops. And she's very attractive female colonel, probably in her, mid-40s?
You're in the Army, mostly a bunch of dudes around.
She's kissing guys, grabbing guys.
All right, we're going to do some mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. We're going to be standing up.
Two more calls. I got to move on. Joe's in Tampa. Hey, Joe.
Hey, how are you?
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, so I was back in the 90s. I was my first job out of college. I was hiring my replacement. We hired a woman to replace me because I was going off to school. And she would catch me in the file room and molest me. She was all over me. And then I had a girlfriend at the time. I'm like, no. And then she started spreading all these rumors about me, that I was gay, that I was impotent, that I was, taking money from the company, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, my God.
What a psychopath.
Are you impotent, sir?
I mean,
Absolutely.
were any of the three accusations true, Joe? Any of them? Especially the second one?
No, I don't think anything was true. Joe, thanks for the call. All right, last call on this, and then we got to move on. James is in Tampa. Hello, James.
Hey, good morning. Listen, I was 17, 18 years old. I went into the Army Reserves. And when I showed up at my reserve post, all the guys came over and they told me, "Listen, the staff sergeant right there, she's bad. Stay away from her." And I went into the military initially to be a chaplain. So you can understand why a lot of the guys told me, "Listen, stay away from her."
Right.
Not on your career path, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I was told to go to the quartermaster, to the supply room. I went back into the cages, and all of a sudden I hear the door slam behind me, and I looked, and here she comes. And I'm going to tell you what, I ran out of that supply room so fast, you couldn't see me running. And for the next 8 years, all this woman tried to do was get in my pants. And again, as I said, trying to be a chaplain, I was not having it.
Now, James, did you become a man of the cloth?
No, of course, with her, chasing me, and I just got to the point I got tired of it, and so I was like, I'm done with this, and, unfortunately, my career in the military ended too short, way too short, and that really broke my heart because I really wanted to be a chaplain.
James, thanks for the call. I'm sorry. What did you end up doing, James?
Well, I went to Bible college and became a minister, and I was a minister for 20 years, and I retired about 15 years ago.
Oh no, but you still
worked with a religion and
so
the faith,
you
right?
weren't a chaplain in the military, but you became a man of the cloth.
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
so that's what I. Hey, James, thank you, buddy. Appreciate
I
it.
thought James was going to say he now sells insurance or something in Valrico.
Or he works the door at 2001 Odyssey on Dale Mabry or something.
That's a very admirable job these days.
Or Mons.